It's day 2 of the vaccination drive for the 12-plus age group. Compared to day 1, the response in some cities has been better in the first half of the day. The response was tepid yesterday, which was day 1 of this phase. Only about 3,800 were jabbed in Delhi and about 124 in Mumbai. Only 32 children took the jab in Bengaluru on Wednesday. My colleague Griha spoke to some experts regarding the possible reasons for the low rate of vaccination among this age group. Listen in.
MC Mishra, who's the former director of AIIMS. He's joining me from Delhi. Also, Dr. Gautam Bhansali, who's a member of the Maharashtra COVID task force, joins me on the broadcast. Thank you so much, doctors, for joining me on Mirror Now. Very important discussion that we are having because this is an important age group that we are looking at. Because remember, the vaccination for children was the talk of the town because all the parents were concerned that when will their children be getting the jabs. And now that it's finally out, there is a very, very low turnout. What is the possible reason for this? Dr. Mishra, I'll come to you first on this.
It is multifactorial currently because there is a difference of opinion amongst the public health experts, amongst the members of National Technical Advisory Group on vaccination in India and TAGI, whether it was really necessary for opening for this group, although we have all been waiting for last 6 months that vaccines would be available for children, and then naturally festival and the exam, all those factors. Besides those factors, what I see largely since in all the 3 waves, children have been least impacted by the COVID pandemic, except socially and educationally. The remaining at home and the online teaching and all that. But what I feel, we need to facilitate vaccination for children once the exams are over, taking the vaccination to the schools, basically, so that they don't have to travel to a vaccination center, and it can be done in the schools. So that will encourage a lot of children to get this vaccination. I think that is something which can easily be done by establishing the facility in collaboration with some close by hospitals where these vaccination centers are. And it should be possible because for adults also, we have had a number of people took initiative to organize vaccination for elderly and other members of the community in condominiums and other areas. So that simply because children will be going to school now from April, so that should be done. And I'm sure from Monday, they'll have, you will see more children coming forward after Holi is over. But still they will have to miss out on school. So maybe they'll take it on weekends. So if at all there are any side effects, it will be over by Monday, so they do not miss out on schools. So I think it is multifactorial, but it's a welcome thing that this vaccination has started. It's a different platform on which this Corbavax vaccine has been made, which is subunit, protein subunit vaccine. It is there, so we expect that the side effects will not be too many, and it will be
absolutely. And Dr. Mishra, I like the fact that you're not just talking about the issue here, also giving us the solution to this entire thing. Dr. Bhansali, I would have come to the NTAGI part of the issue later, but since Dr. Mishra has already teased it, I'd like to understand this. There was so much talk about, Corbevax being announced by the center without a proper clearance by NTAGI. Do you think that probably trickled down to the families also, and that's why this vaccine skepticism was there on ground?
So, Griha, no, I don't feel so that this is the factor. I feel the major factor behind this, that low turnout is that the fear for this COVID is almost gone in the public, not only in the children, but in the adult also. That fear for this COVID is almost gone. If you see the data for last few days, number of cases in our country is less than 4,000 or 5,000 or so, like that only. And in this third wave, mortality rate was also very, very low. So the fear factor, major thing was there. That is almost gone. That's why our booster dose is also, till now, hardly, you can say that 2 crore people received the booster dose. although that our fully coverage was more than 75%. So the major factor is that I feel personally, in my opinion, is that fear factor of the COVID is almost gone. Secondly, yes, as Dr. Mishra and Disha also explained, this is the festive season. Weekend is there.
Yes.
Parents are also having some sort of feeling that they may have fever or something like that, so that they will not be able to enjoy this Holi festival. Third is that offline school is also there, and exams are also there. So these are 3-4 combination of these things. I feel in the coming week, number of vaccination or number of that children will come forward and they will take vaccination. But we need some sort of social responsibility. We need some sort of awareness about the kid vaccination, and then only we will achieve our vaccination program.
Right, very important point that Dr. Bhansali you're also making, and the fact that festival also is one of the major reasons that my colleague also, like you mentioned, has been reporting from on ground, and she got that sense from parents as well. Now, this is something that probably would have pushed it. However, this one important report that we got from our reporters was also the supply of vaccines at major vaccination centers. That also was very less on day one. Why do you think that happened, especially when this drive was announced?
So it was the day one, and when day one always happened like that only. There was a COVID app glitch was there some in our center also. Mumbai has 12 vaccination center, and 3-4 center we faced this problem that the app was not opening properly. Secondly, the supply of the vaccination was also not proper. So there was, because of that, it was the first day and everybody was not fully geared up, not prepared, and everybody was expecting also that because of that offline school is there, exam, festival season is there. So turnout may be little low. So that was the basic thing. But I feel in the coming week, these all kind of problem will be sorted out and already sorted out. That COVID app glitch was there yesterday only. Today, things are very smooth.
And Dr. Mishra, the one word that kept recurring was a lack of clarity, especially it is a day one glitch, I understand. But my reporters kept talking about this lack of clarity. That was the sense that they were getting from on ground, which was also possibly the reason for this low turnout. So why this lack of clarity? Were ample, things not put in place to actually get in a smooth sailing when it comes to the first day of this very important vaccination drive?
Yeah, as Dr. Bhansali very well mentioned, that it will pick up in coming days. And as he rightly mentioned, that people feel that COVID has gone. Although we are still getting almost 3,000, 4,000 infections every day. And we also keep hearing in China, we believe those news. I don't know how much to believe. Trust these news items.
Yes, I was coming to that because there has been a high-level meeting that has also been chaired by the Health Minister, Mr. Mansukh Mandavia, about the same. So do you think there would be, after Holi, there'd be fresh curbs in the wake of the growing number of cases that have been reported from China and elsewhere?
That's right. I think that is what we have to consider, and we should not think that, as we all have been discussing, that the virus is going to be amongst us. It is only now it will become endemic, or it has become endemic. And if the variant which we saw in April and May last year may not be there, Alpha variant may not be there, it is Omicron, which feels like a flu only. So all these things put together, the fear factor, as Dr. Bhansali very aptly mentioned, that fear factor amongst the general population has gone down. People are and that may be one of the reasons, but for children, there are other reasons like the weekend, the festival, the exams, because they don't want to fall sick because of vaccination and then hamper in these activities. So I'm sure with summer vacation coming in due course of time, and if we can take the vaccine to schools, I think we'll have a better uptake amongst the children for vaccination.
Absolutely. And now that the children have started to resume their classes and they are going to school, I think this is a very important thing that Dr. Mishra has over there suggested. This suggestion should actually be, presented on ground, and maybe the vaccination drive becomes successful. But Dr. Bhansali, if we talk about Corbevax that is being administered to the 12+ age group, 12 to 14 age group, if you have to take our viewers through the kind of, importance that this vaccine has now that the center has approved it, and we were talking about that NTAGI clearance, of course. We did have the NTAGI chief come in and say that this is absolutely safe for the children. So if you could just take us through, this particular vaccine, sir.
Yes, definitely. This company from the Biological E, they have this Corbevax vaccine, and without scientific data, without that phase 1, 2, 3 trial, government will never ever approve, or that ICMR and AGCI will never approve the vaccine. So definitely this vaccine is also completely safe for the children between the age of 12 to 14, as that our Covishield and Covaxin was also completely safe, and that we have proved that efficacy of that vaccine, Covishield and Covaxin. Same way, Corbevax is completely safe. Efficacy is very good for that. So that's why the parents should not be worried about the side effect and all these kind of things. It's a completely safe and it's a good vaccine, and this will protect our children from the whatever waves come. So whatever variant will come, this vaccine will prevent our children, as about that Covishield and Covaxin also prevented from Omicron, Delta, all kind of variant. So we should feel safe, and this is very good vaccine as the government data and all the things are available.
Absolutely. Dr. Mishra and Dr. Bhansali, thank you so much for joining me on the broadcast for this very, very important discussion. And like the doctors have mentioned, you have to go and get your children vaccinated. Play holy for all you want. You have to go and enjoy. But after that, do get your children jabbed, because it is very important. Now that the vaccine is finally out for the 12 to 14 age group, it is an absolute must that the children should get vaccinated, because remember, COVID is here to stay.